Right, welcome in, folks, to the Can We Kick It podcast. I'm your co-host Mike, along with Chuck here. What is going on, Chuck? How you doing?
What's up, Mikey?
Not much, dude. Just getting caught up. Finally getting another episode in. A lot of things going on. World Cup going on. A lot of new shows out. Haven't been super into the World Cup. We just finished the Stanley Cup, and so that was a good season. But the World Cup just saw Germany get knocked out by Paraguay, if I'm not mistaken, in penalties,
Paraguay.
which is
Yeah,
amazing. Did
Paraguay.
not see that coming. And then we've got the Netherlands and Morocco game coming or on at the moment, so you'll have to keep me up to date on the score. Um, but dude, yeah, we were just talking about our mid-year rankings, and we have not hit as many TV shows this year as we normally do, and I'm gonna blame it on sports.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think that's good. I mean, I know you were finishing up with a hockey, great Stanley Cup. We went right into the World Cup. I was traveling a bunch as well and was New Jersey wedding, Wisconsin golf trip. Um, and then I think, the beauty of like having the World Cup in the US and working from home is I have a TV right above my desk. So
Heck yeah.
I have all the Cup games on. And then also the US Open golf was the prior weekend and then golf tournament last weekend. So yeah, it's been a lot of sports and not a lot of TV watching for me. So,
Yeah. And you've been
but
heavy
there is
playing
a,
golf. So kudos to you, man. You've
yeah.
been out. Yeah.
Yeah, I think in a 2 week period with my Wisconsin golf trip and playing at home and playing in New Jersey, I think I played, let's see, six, seven, like 8 rounds in like 11 days.
Dang.
So
Dang,
yeah,
dude. That's awesome.
yeah. Yeah, I played Saturday. I played today. I'm playing in a simulator golf league tomorrow night. I may play Thursday night and then I'm playing Saturday again. So
Nice.
um yeah.
You have to
Yeah,
get your
I
lowercase
have
bag, my man.
I'm unhealthy a session. Yeah, I need a lowercase full bag. So,
Yeah.
they just have uh
The quick
the
grab.
Sunday bags.
Yeah.
This segment brought to you by lowercase.
Yeah, yeah. When you're
Buy
on
a
the
bag
move,
today.
grab a lowercase.
Yeah,
Go hit some
yeah,
simulated, yeah, rounds.
yeah.
Yeah, man. World Cup. Who do you think's going to win the World Cup? I got no idea this year.
I think France or Spain. I bet on Spain. I put like $10 on them to win or $20 on them to win when I was in New Jersey.
Nice.
Um, but France has looked the best throughout the tournament, I think, so far.
Hmm.
Everybody else has kind of looked a little sketchy.
Yeah.
Um, so I think France is going to win. I mean, Argentina's looked really good. Um,
Yeah. Messi scored
so
off
I
the
think
bench again the other night. Yeah.
yeah, I think France and Argentina have they were in the finals of the last World Cup. So I think I wouldn't be surprised, and I don't know if the bracket would play this out, but I wouldn't be surprised for them two to be in the final again. So
Yeah. Wouldn't be surprised. Yeah.
um, they've looked the best. So
Yeah.
I think I hope Spain because I put money on them, but
Yeah.
you know, I think France will win now after watching the first round. But like Germany lost today and to Paraguay, and
Dag.
you never know what's going to happen in the knockout round. So
I hope it's just a chaotic year, like the or
yeah,
chaotic tournament, like there's just big dogs going down. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, it'll be interesting to see too. What U.S. playing Wednesday, how they'll do. Canada's already made; they already won their first knockout match, and Mexico plays tomorrow, and uh, and then the U.S. Wednesday. So we'll see if all three of the host countries can make it.
Yeah. The
But
US is playing with Bosnia Hertz, something like that.
Bosnia and Hertz Gold member plus
Yeah. Hertz.
Hertz rent a car.
Yeah. Yeah, they're right next to Enterprise, I think. So that'll be an interesting game.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean the US Bosnia is a good team. It's going to be a tight game. I mean, it's something the US would win. And then the next round would presumably be against Belgium.
Mm,
and Belgium's always been known to underperform in the World Cup. So
dang.
um, that sets up really nicely, I think, for the U.S. Like Canada, they play the winner of Netherlands and Morocco. It'll be tough, I think. And then Mexico, I think if they win, they'll have to play like England in the next round.
Woo.
So I think like US has the best opportunity to go far. So of
Yeah.
course then that they could lose in the first round and
Yeah, they could. Yeah, they could really dump the
be
bed
done. But
for sure. Yeah.
so
Yep. But yeah,
but yeah, so
it'll be a fun tournament for sure. I like, yeah, we at work, they've got the big screen up, on the first
yeah.
floor, and they've got chairs and stuff. I was there like a week ago, and a lot of people were watching the Portugal game, so it's a lot of fun to watch people really, really get into it. So that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
But yeah, man, we got that going on. We've got a lot of shows starting, have started, about to start. Um, House of the Dragon has started. I think they're like 2 episodes in.
Yeah.
Haven't started that yet. The first episode's like an hour and a half. I just don't have the bandwidth.
Well, and I think to me that's a show that you have to go back and either watch a really good recap, watch all the episodes, or at least watch the finale of the first season plus maybe a recap. So I think it's this third season, right? So I mean,
Yeah.
you've got to go back and
Oh,
there's
the
there's a
recap
lot.
alone would
And
have to be an hour.
it I think like because we both watched season 1 and 2,
Yep.
and when I watched Game of Thrones, I didn't get into it until like the fourth or fifth season. So
Hey,
I watched the I binged like the first 4 seasons, I think, right
yep.
before the fifth came out. So like I was able to know exactly where it was going on. But we watched House of the Dragon season 2 live,
Yep.
and what's it been like a couple years at least?
It feels like
So
two at least. Yeah.
yeah.
It's
So I
forever.
haven't rewatched it. So
Yeah, they really need to figure out these shows and get these like in between times cut down because it's brutal for some of these big shows. I mean, we've got
yeah,
Slow Horses, which pumps out 2 seasons a year,
yeah,
and these big shows take 2 years to get one season. It's brutal, man.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
So
yeah, we've got Hot D, House of the Dragon. That's every Sunday on HBO. We've got The Bear, which did a full drop like a week ago, I think. So we've got to catch
June
up on that.
25th, I think it was supposed to come
Yeah.
out. So do
Oh,
they
yeah, a few
usually
days
do
ago.
a full
That's right.
drop for the bear?
Yeah, full season
Is
drop.
it
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah, it's like 10 episodes. Yeah, it's a full drop. Yeah.
But why? I wonder why they do that with the bear, because like a lot of other FX shows do week,
Yeah.
like Atlanta and American Beauty and uh American Horror Story. Like I mean, no, they all do like weekly. I don't know why is the bear
I don't know. It's weird.
that
Yeah.
that's a perfect show for a week. Like watch a stressful hour of TV or whatever it is, and then like I love the show. It's hard to watch like multiple episodes in a row, but
Oh, it's a lot. Yeah. Yeah. Especially
yeah,
watching The Bear like right before bed. It's high stress.
yeah,
Everybody's yelling.
yeah,
I can't fall asleep to that. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, you'll have to start watching that,
Yep.
and then you have Sugar that's
Yep.
out. Um, which season 2 just came out. Silo season 3 comes out next week.
Can't wait. July 3rd,
Um,
man. Right in line with the books.
yeah, and I shouldn't need to catch up on any of that because I've read all the books and I watched the first 2 seasons. So
Yep.
may need to do a little recap show, but yeah. And then you're watching, or have you started the Life, Larry, and the Pursuit of Unhappiness yet
No,
with the Larry David show?
not yet. I'm about to start it. I might start it tonight. I love Curb Your Enthusiasm. Obviously, he's, one of the creators of Seinfeld. And just the clips from the show look great. I mean, he's just his fake persona as being Larry David is like the most honest guy that you would want
Yeah,
to be. And he's just so brutal about it. It's so funny. So,
yeah,
I can't wait to watch that. It's great.
yeah. There's some funny Larry David stuff like that comes on like on my Instagram with golf, not even on the Pursuit of Happiness, but just from just from his uh why am I just blanking on the show that you just said, that his show on
Oh,
HBO,
Curb, yeah.
Curb, yeah, and where he's sitting on a bench like watching a pro give somebody a lesson, and he's
Yeah.
like practicing like sitting on the bench, and the guy's like,
Just pay for it, Larry.
yeah,
He's like,
yeah,
huh, huh. Yeah, he's
yeah,
like, look it off. Yeah. Which is great because it's
and
like the guy that's training is he's the deaf guy from the Apple movie where they're like all fishermen and he won like an
oh
Oscar
yeah,
or an Emmy or whatever. And so like Larry like plays into him and like hits him in the back and he like tries to yell
yes,
more, but the
yeah,
guy's deaf. Like,
yeah,
dude,
yeah. He's like, go ahead, you can't hit him, and
yeah,
then like
you've never
he's
hit that
supposed
far in
to,
your life. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's so funny, dude. Yeah, we've got that. There's a ton of stuff that's about to drop in the next 2 months. The next episode of King of the Hill of that reboot. If you were a big fan of The Big Bang Theory, Stewart Fails to Save the Universe is coming in like 20 days.
Oh
Um,
wow,
season 4 of Ted Lasso, however that's gonna go,
yeah,
is coming. And season 3 of Tires is coming in 45 days. I can't wait for that shit.
wow,
Yeah.
wow. They come quick.
Yeah, dude, that's good. I was just watching a few episodes a day laughing. Yeah, dude. So good.
Yeah,
Uh,
they're the sexual harassment training from season 2 one is hilarious.
yeah, where he talks about
Um,
like, yeah, he's like, if you like were married to like a woman in a wheelchair and she's like nagging you, he's like, you just put her in the bed and like finish watching the game. Wake up during the seventh inning, like, oh shit, I left her in there. Like, so funny, dude. Shane
yeah,
Gillis is hilarious. Um, but yeah, dude, some of these shows are great, but the originality of the show we're about to talk about is incredible. Widow's Bay
yes,
is it's original and it's not. It pays a lot of like homage to a lot of different subcategories of horror. Um,
yeah,
but it's so great. Matthew Rhys is just incredible. I think I told you this like last week. I am in a huge Matthew Rhys phase. I'm watching The Americans. Any movie he's in, I'm trying to watch. The guy's incredible. And I like
hmm,
that he's like Welsh, so he's got like he doesn't have an American accent, and he's like he
yeah,
has to like build that. So, dude, it's Widow's Bay
yeah,
is just fucking awesome.
yeah. It's such a great show, and I just remember like seeing the previews for it on Apple TV and going like, this looks like it could be interesting. It's got
Yeah,
Matthew Rhys and it's got Stephen Root, and I'm like, yeah, I'll give it a try. And then I like put it off, and then you're like, are you watching Widow's Bay? Dude, it's like awesome.
yeah.
And I mean, it's got um I mean, the sheriff, he was in The Leftovers. Um
Oh yeah,
I
Kevin
don't know the
Carroll.
actor's
Yeah,
name.
yeah.
Yeah. Um and then, really, yeah, Kevin Carroll. Yeah, and I'm really impressed with Kate O'Flynn, who plays
Ooh,
Patricia. Um
buy her
just
stock now. Buy it now. All time low. It's
yeah.
gonna go up. Yeah,
I what did I call her, like an old Anne Hathaway?
I think so.
Like we
Yeah,
were chatting because
yeah,
I she just looks like and she's English, so I guess she could be an older English Anne Hathaway. But
yeah.
or wait, no, it's is Anne Hathaway the one that was a Community? What's am I
Oh,
not
Alison
Anne
Brie.
Hathaway? Allison Brie. Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
sorry.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
To me, she's an older Allison Brie. She kind of has that
Definitely.
look.
Yeah,
Um, but
yeah. Kate
yeah,
O'Flynn, Kevin Carroll, Matthew Rhys, Dale Dickey is Rosemary. She is fucking incredible. And then you've got Stephen Root, Jeff Hiller, and then with just coming out of nowhere, Hamish Linklater playing Richard Warren, the like old time guy. Incredible casting. Um, it this is the kind of show that I love to get into. It's 10 episodes. They're like 30, 35-minute long episodes, easy to
yeah,
digest, and it just leaves a ton of questions. It's almost like Severance, but lighter, you know. Um,
yeah,
it just
yeah,
every episode just knocks of something in horror that I normally wouldn't be into, but they make it like fun. Like it's
yeah,
dark humor, but it's also serious.
yeah. it's funny because like when I think about like comedy horror and you think about like the parody stuff like that like scary movie that parodies Scream and you know it's like it's not parody. It's like I think you said it best. It's like an homage
Yeah.
to like classic horror movies, but with a little bit of comedy and intelligence. But like I say old horror, you know, like when you have Mike Myers or Jason or whatever, and just like walking and someone's running away and you cut back and they're just walking with the not and they just always seem to be right there, even though they're like walking and then
10
the
feet
other person
behind.
is like running.
Yeah.
And when Patricia, and I think it was the penultimate or whatever, she's running from the boogeyman, uh, or the finale, whatever episode it was, and she's just running, and you know, she cut through and run, and then she turned around and like he would just come walking around the corner, and it
Yeah.
was just like that's what I mean. There's so like it does a good job of pulling from a lot of different things and going through I wouldn't say the tropes, but they understand comedy and horror, I would
Yeah.
say. Katie Dippold. And then here, what I think really works for me is a big fan of Hiro Murai, like
Yes.
who, the director or whatever, who did a lot of episodes of Atlanta. He's done a lot of creatively good shows he's been a part of. And I think I think with having Hiro Murai as the director, is like that just I mean adds the star power
Definitely.
to everything. So
Their ability to bring dry humor to a scary situation. Like there's the old guy who just starts talking like for no reason, and everybody's just like, oh, not this guy again. Like and
yeah,
like Kato Flynn like shuts the door on him like mid conversation. That is hilarious. Like, and I
but
heard Matthew Reese talk about it's like, what would normal people do in that situation? And it's like, yeah, I probably would have just slammed the door on him.
yeah, and Kato Flynn tases her like high school friend that they didn't believe she was the boogeyman. She's like, she's the worst. She's the fucking worst.
Yeah, we
Like
all
it's
know it.
just like you all know it. She's the fucking worst, and you're just like you could see that happening because we all know people that are like that, and it's
Yeah.
and it's just, and then she just like leaves the house, and then the boogeyman is like, you know, she sees him upstairs, and then like in the window, and then he's back again, you know,
Yeah,
and
he like
that just
jumps out the window. Yeah.
that whole scene, and then she has this great plan, and is guessing, and then it doesn't work, and then she sparks the thing. I mean, it's just, and then her following him all the way
To the
into the
crematorium. Yeah.
crematorium with
Yeah, with the
the
shotgun.
shotgun. It's just
It's
um
it's what you should do in every horror situation. Like Tom like comes like face to face almost with the sea hag on
yeah,
the road at night, and he's just like, nope, and he like backs up and gets the hell out of here when she
yeah.
starts running. And then like Kate hears him, Patricia hears him up in like that room and like gets close, and she's like, nope, I'm out of here. Like
Well,
that's
and
hilarious.
that's where you get and that's what's funny is you get away from some of the tropes. It's like people use reason and logic of like, nope, like,
Yeah.
or like, here's how I'm going to take care of this situation. Um, so it's not like, oh, this person's going to die because, like, in a normal horror movie, they would have got caught up and this didn't work and they got slashed or whatever. But yeah, these characters are making, you know, logical decisions
Yeah.
once they encounter the problems that's keeping them alive. I think the really interesting part is, you know, a spoiler, and if you're listening to this, I'm assuming you've already watched it.
Yeah.
You know, we know that Tom is trying to bring tourism to the island to make it the next Martha's Vineyard, and you know, he doesn't understand why, and you know, I guess he didn't grow up on the island, and he visited the summers, or we learn more about his wife, and we get into some of the lore.
Love it.
You know, where we learn, you know, basically Ruth is his wife's like mom that nobody knows about,
Oh yeah,
and
his
his
wife's
son
mom.
is like
Yeah.
the yeah the this last of the bloodline, and it goes into, you know, there's this, I guess, curse on the island,
Yep.
or some monster, devil, something. We don't know exactly what, but we learn through this that basically there's been a person, a mayor or a town protector that has the charge of feeding this monster. I don't know. We know what motivates the bell to ring, but whenever the bells rings, that's the number of sacrifices they have to make. And and we learn as we go through the season. The last episode is like there's a room, there's instructions, and Tom's son and friend and girl that's visiting from out the island inadvertently offer a sacrifice to um the island
The island.
monster.
Yeah.
And so now we're one less bell ringing.
Yeah, we had 9 to
That's how
start,
we end the season.
and
Yeah.
then we have 8 left, and that's how the
Yeah.
season ends, right? And apparently Tom can hear it, and his son Evan can hear it. Like that's the last scene. Which the woman that plays Ruth K. Callan is freaky incredible. How like scary she looks, but how like nice she
Yeah.
is. Um,
Yeah.
and but like we can't even forget like there's the haunted hotel or like hotel room that he stays in, which is
Yeah.
like a nod to like 1480 whatever, which is a Stephen King movie and book with John Cusack. There's like the shaman who they go to about the shrooms, and he's like, "Oh, I'm a
Yeah.
shaman," and like Patricia's like, "Isn't that cocaine?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's
Yeah. Yeah.
like in
Well,
what
and the
world,
shaman
dude?"
gets sucked up in a tornado, but it's
Yeah,
not part of it's not a sacrifice. And like,
yeah.
we have to define what counts. And obviously it seems like the only thing that counts as a sacrifice is whatever happens in that room. And,
Something that
you know,
apparently likes fear because it like the chair has like eye clamps that like hold your eyes open.
yeah. When you have, I mean, it's like, and also as it's almost like it with, that
Yeah,
feeds on the fear.
right.
And Pennywise, I mean, in it. And then, I mean, Tim Baltz, who's a hilarious comedian, plays the clown person in the episode in the hotel where, Matthew Reeves encounters him when he's down in the little crawl space area.
Yeah,
Um,
almost like The Shining a little
it,
bit, like he's just talking to himself.
yeah.
Like, yeah,
And then Jeff Hiller, who I love from Somebody Somewhere, which is one of my favorite shows on HBO, like
yes.
ever. He's the one who discovers the videos of how to do the sacrifices and what everything means. And then he comes out and yeah, what does he yell? Like run
It's
or
a
like
death trap run. Like instead of
yeah,
being
yeah,
cool,
yeah.
calm, and collected, he's like, let's get the hell out of here. Like
Yeah, yeah.
causes mass chaos. Yeah.
But I mean the whole cast is great.
It's incredible.
Casey, who was in Avenue 5 as like and he was in Silicon Valley as like one of the Octo developers,
Oh, that's
like
right.
in the later seasons when they did internet, um, Octopipers.
Yeah.
And so it's like, um, this just like a wonderfully put together cast with like, of course, Matthew Reese, and then a bunch of random, like very good part actors
Yeah.
that you recognize their face. I mean, Stephen Root is like that guy, but now he's Stephen Root from Barry, and he's
Office
seemingly in like
Space.
every movie or
Yeah.
yeah, and like, um, but yeah, I mean, I think it's just such a good put together show, and there's so many clues. Like if we go back and watch,
Yes.
the name of some of the games, the posters on the wall in certain rooms and certain settings. I think that's the what Kay Dippold and then um Hiro Murai did
Yeah.
with this show is just fantastic. And I look forward to season 2. And I think
Okay.
the craziest thing in this is that she kind of wrote the basis of it for a test script for Parks and Rec
Yeah.
to help to get her a job on that show.
That's incredible. Yeah.
It's insane. So
Yeah, I love,
And
yeah, just great casting. And Hamish Linklater, I only know him from The Big Short. Like, that's the only thing I know him from. And he's like the eighth guy in like Steve Carell's orbit. It's so funny. But the show, yeah, like
yeah,
you said, just has all these nods to different things and like don't go in the basement and we don't know what's in the basement. Um uh they're on
yeah,
they're on the boat taking Richard Warren out to like kill him. And like the interior of the
yeah,
boat is literally just like the boat on Jaws. And
yeah,
when Patricia's like having the party and she's got the punch and the raccoon antlers that she doesn't know about yet. That's like a huge Carrie nod. Like the show is just incredible.
oh yeah,
But I've got some questions for you about the show because
yeah, yeah,
so many unanswered questions. Um, I mean, we see that Ruth gets shot in the end. Spoiler alert. You think she's actually
yeah.
dead?
Um, that's a good question. I mean, they set her up that she's so healthy,
Yeah, she like ran up
like
those stairs.
because
Like 85.
Matthew Reese is like, okay, she's the last of the bloodline, which it turns out she's not. But and when they thought she was last, like she's like, oh, she's gonna die any day, and like she's just like jogging up the stairs, has no health issues. So either they go and she's dead because it's kind of like she had no issues and now Kevin Carroll shot her,
Yep.
or you know, she survives. So, I mean, I don't think there's anything special with like the bloodline because obviously everybody who's been in that bloodline has died and there's only Ruth left. So it's not like um, Richard Warren who, you know, lives forever.
Right.
Or unless we just, I mean, well, they go through the whole genealogy of the bloodline and they're like, they're dead, they're dead,
Hilarious.
they're dead. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That again, this is kind of goes into like pluribus territory where they stick with they just go through things like that no other show would do because
Yes.
it'd be like people would think it's boring or whatever, but it's perfect.
It's
Like,
amazing. Yeah.
yeah, there's no shortcuts. The story is being told like they want to tell it.
Give me your theory on what's going on. Is the island cursed? Is it like it seems everybody forgot about the sacrifices? Like um the priest killed himself in the beginning, or did he? Toby Huss,
Yeah,
who's hilarious in his own
yeah, yeah.
right. I think we'll see him in season 2, to be honest with you, as flashbacks. But is what's going on? Is Richard Warren like a part of the curse? I have this theory that there's two factions warring against each other on the island. Ones that support the curse, and Richard Warren and his bloodline that try to fight the curse. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the kind of unanswered question on my end is what happened? Like, when was the last time the bells tolled? You know, whenever they found the tapes, you know, it has the instructions. It looked like it was done in the 50s or 60s or whatever, or
Yep.
sometime in the past, where it's like, here's what you do.
Right.
We know um, Tom's wife was supposedly killed, and the son was told it's a car accident, but obviously something happened on the island or on the boat. Well, I think she was giving birth on the boat to the island or on the way back from the island. But she didn't die in childbirth and she went crazy. But was she,
How crazy
you
was
know,
she? Yeah.
yeah, I mean, obviously it doesn't seem she's crazy. She just knows the curse and knows what happens. And how did she die? You know, and if this has been going on for this time and Tom became mayor, like who is the in charge of the maintaining the curse? Did it just what happened to the previous mayor? Was he in charge of it? Did he die and no one knows, or did the priest take the charge and he couldn't handle it and killed himself? Um, you know, now does Jeff Hiller's character now said like it's a death trap run? Does like he tell other people like this is I saw this video and this is what we have to do
Yep.
to, you know, like where do we go from here? And then what are some of the I mean, and listen to interview with Katie Dippold and hear Mariah, she has this world kind of planned out. So I'm sure we'll get to see it. We have season 2 coming. But yeah, I think there's a lot of unanswered questions on some of the background and like
Yeah.
what happened during this period. Like we had just had 9 bells, we have 8. Did we go 40 years without the bells? Like what created the bells? Did the fisherman go across like at the first episode? Did he cross the line? Like
Yeah, can't go
did
past
someone
the
try to
buoys. Yeah.
did someone try to leave the island? Did with the report like the reporter coming to talk about like what triggered this and what are the triggers for it and why doesn't the certain things count as a sacrifice
Right.
versus like just putting it in that room and is there a physical monster
That's a
that
great question. Is it actually a
because
monster? Is it just something we can't even imagine? Yeah.
yeah because I mean it has an opening that looks seemingly took that the body went into
Yeah.
like some doors or something so does what comes out and takes it um you know is it just like old dead fisherman ghost
Right.
that
It'd
live underground like what is yeah
be really
yeah it'll
cool.
be
Like,
interesting to see
I don't know if you've ever like watched the movie or read the books like by Stanislaw Lim, I think is his name. He did the movie Solaris. His like whole
uh
perspective on sci-fi is about things that like we as humans can't even fathom and can't even like
yeah
imagine. And so like
yeah
his books are talking about like a whole planet is like an entity, like the ocean is an entity, and it like comes
yeah
after these people. I'm really hoping it's something like that, something new.
yeah
But it's so deep. I love the world building. These are the kinds of shows that Apple is really starting to pump out. Like Severance, you get this whole world building and these characters and then you make it funny also at the same time and um
yeah
it's so amazing that they're able to do this. Is Apple the new HBO? I mean, Apple's taking all these risks while HBO seems to be dumping
yeah
all their money into like the Game of Thrones universe.
yeah I think that's a good point because I mean I haven't gone back like we're going to do our mid-year review um
Yes.
next week or later this week and release that. So like it's interesting to see you know, what our shows we've watched this year and our top shows, what streaming have they been on? Because honestly, like I find myself not watching Netflix at all.
Yeah.
Um and like I'm gonna watch there's the Hawk, Lonnie Hawkins, like a Will Ferrell golf comedy. It's coming to Netflix in mid-July. I'm gonna watch that. But like I've been watching a lot of stuff on Apple TV, and FX, Hulu,
The
and
Dink is
it
about to
seems
come out
like
on Apple.
yeah, the pickleball movie.
Yeah, with Jake
Uh,
Johnson. Yeah.
yeah, that looks pretty funny.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, there's definitely like Euphoria, The
Yeah.
Pit, Rooster, Industry, Born to Bowl, Night
Oh,
of the Seven Kingdoms. I mean, it's still great quality stuff. But then, like, I look at the next, I have Widow's Bay, Your Friends and Neighbors, For All Mankind, Shrinking, um, and then Star City we got to watch. You got Sugar that just started. Um,
Stick.
Ted Lasso's coming back. Stick, Silo, Slow Horses. I mean, I still think HBO. I mean, Amazon Prime, like The Boys, Fallout, um, Paradise, The Beauty on FX. Like the one things that are missing for me are like Netflix.
Yeah.
Um, but most of what I watched this year has been HBO and Apple TV.
Same.
So I mean, HBO, like, I think it's still more prestige, right? I mean, we listed The Pit,
Well, yeah, the pit. Yeah.
Industry, Night of the Seven Kingdoms. I mean, I think it still has that status, but I mean, I think I'm not like House of the Dragon. I'm just not feeling it like I
Yeah.
was other Game of Thrones shows. So
Yeah.
but I think I think Apple TV's done really well with the right shows.
Yes.
And like, I mean, with Widow's Bay, and you get Matthew Reese from The Americans, and great actor, and you get all these other. They're taking chances because they have money to take chances,
Throwing money at it. Yeah.
and it's Apple, and so they can do whatever they want. And where you've got HBO, oh, now they're going their Discovery and Time Warner, and they're going through these iterations of changes and being bought by other people, and
Yep.
they were like Max, or they're HBO Max and Max, and now it's back to like HBO, and like um everything just, I think they've lost just a little bit of prestige.
Yeah. A little bit
But
of
I don't
market
think
share.
they,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think, like, Apple just seems like they'll throw money, and you just think of Shrinking, and you have Harrison Ford and Jason Segel, how much that cast costs.
Yeah.
Look at Your Friends and Neighbors, John Hamm, Hambone, fucking Olivia Munn, or Wild, or one of the Olivias,
Yeah.
whatever.
Olivia Munn. Yeah.
James Marsden, um,
With
like,
incredible side actors, like some people
yeah,
that I've never seen
Amanda
before
Peet,
coming out and just
yeah,
putting up 10 points in 3 minutes. It's incredible. Yeah.
yeah.
Uh,
So I mean, I think, yeah, it's, but, and then in Widow's Bay, I mean, I think this is like, Widow's Bay to me is like kind of like an FX show,
yeah.
like where it's like, to me it's like an Atlanta, it's like a American Horror Story when it came out. It's just something like that's done really well and is a little different than the norm. But it's kind of been a mass appeal to most people, even if they're not into horror. And like,
Right.
I've talked to so many people, um, when I was on my golf trip, when I was at a family wedding in New Jersey, coworkers, everybody's like, "Do you see? Are you watching Widow's Bay? Did you watch Widow's Bay?"
Blowing
That's
up.
so funny. It's scary. It's good. It fits. And I would try to tell people, if they don't like horror, it doesn't matter. You'll still like this show. And it's
100%.
kind of like, almost like, there's not a lot of horror.
Yeah.
There's like hints of horror, and there's just funny things happening around it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's just not, it's not like a gory horror,
No.
you know,
Yeah, it's not
show. But
American Horror Story, right? Or where it's the stakes are a little bit lower, it's a little bit lighter, but it's still, it's still a thriller. It keeps you on the edge of your seat.
yeah,
My last question for Widow's Bay, what's your favorite part of the 10 episodes that we saw?
I think my favorite part of the whole season was, oh, I would call it the Patricia episode,
Oh, yeah.
and where she had her party, and whatever went on there, and then through her eyes it's this one thing, and then when you see what really happened, and it's the what really happened, and basically everybody being poisoned and let out to the big Burning Man thing, and then they were able to reverse it, and everybody's like, what the hell's going on? And
Yeah.
then the boogeyman chasing her through the town, and her tasing that lady.
Yeah.
I just think, I mean, that, and then like the meta stuff around, like, here's how we feed the curse, and
Yeah. Yeah.
here's the sacrifice, and then, but I think I think, we spent a lot of time talking different things, but I think really Patricia's character has been like the revelation for me, because it's just, I think she's the logical one, and she's like, no bullshit, and she just wants to, you know, like, she's trying to find, like, no one believes her about the
Yeah.
boogeyman. No one basically wants to be friends with her, and she's just trying to, like, you know, find some friends and be true, and she's just very logical in
Yeah.
her thinking, and it keeps her, safe. And I think just the actor Katie O'Flynn, like, has been great.
Incredible.
So
Yeah. I think my favorite part was when
yeah.
Tom accidentally drank the mushrooms at the shaman's place.
Yeah.
And then they go to put him on the bed, and there's like an iguana, and it reminded me so much of friendship with
Yeah,
Tim Robinson,
yeah,
and he just like I was at Subway, like he just trips out, and then
yeah,
like they take him to the office, and everybody's trying to talk to him, and he's just like it's like, and then he
yeah,
like finds his
yeah,
son hanging out with the kids, like smoking pot, and he just like goes around the whole car looking in the windows, and dude, just that kind of dry humor kills me. It's so funny.
yeah,
I
yeah.
can't
That
wait
was
for
great
season
as
two.
well.
Yeah. So
Yeah. So what do you think? Yeah, what do you think is going to happen in season two? What are your predictions?
I think that it will somehow devolve into the island picks the right people to continue the sacrifice. They mentioned the last mayor was Howard the Coward, or at least that's what Ruth
Yeah,
called him.
yeah, yeah,
Um, they will start to find a way to start sacrificing people reluctantly at first, and then it'll become funny because they'll just start inviting tourists to the island, and then that's
yeah.
the feed, right? They'll be feeding people to the island.
Well,
And it'll just be
well,
like
and
the most screwed up thing ever.
can you sacrifice a tourist, or does it have to be someone BOI?
That's a great point.
You
If you're
know?
born on the island, you can't leave. Does it have to be somebody from the island? That's a great point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I think it could go down this path of like, I mean, if it doesn't have to be BOI, then you can have like, okay, tourism's increasing, and then they find out what they have to do, and then they start like, yeah, they're like start coercing tourists down into that dungeon when they need
Yeah.
to make a sacrifice or whatever.
Yeah.
And then does it become then you get some detectives from off the island that come in, and does it become like, um a crime comedy as well? Like what do I mean, I think it can go a bunch of different directions, or does it
Yes.
stay very island focused? And then um but yeah, I mean, we've seen a small number of folks on the island, so how does that, you know,
I had to look that up. There's like
go?
3,000 people that live on the island.
Okay.
Because like Patricia called into like the restaurant when she picked after she got home with her to go order and it was all wrong. And she
Yeah.
was like, I don't know whoever was behind this order, but like I wanted them to know like I'm upset. And I was like, how many people live on this island? So I had to look it up.
Yeah.
It's like 3,000 people. Yeah.
Oh
So
wow.
it could go a ton of ways. I totally agree. I cannot wait for season two. I don't think they're going to make us wait very long. I think the demand for it is so high. Apple knows to crank it out. It's not like Severance. Severance, I think, has its own problems with getting stuff cranked out. I don't think this will be that big a problem.
Yeah, I hope so, as long as there's no conflicts with actor schedules and all that. So,
True. True. Yeah.
but
Yeah, man. Widow's Bay. If you guys haven't seen it, if you've made it this far into the show, we talked almost about every episode, all 10 episodes. Spoiler
yeah.
alert, all over the place. Watch it if you haven't. Any other
Yeah.
thoughts on Widow's Bay, man?
No, it's just great. I mean, I've been telling everybody to watch it, even if, if it's not a thing for them normally, but it's just so well done. There's some shows that just defy like a categorization,
Yes.
and I think this is one of them. And I think it's a brilliant 10 episodes, and I hope they continue, in the same form and fashion next season.
I think a hot take. The reason the Bear did a full drop was because they knew that Apple was going to have Widow's Bay in the comedy category, which the Bear likes to play in. Widow's Bay is going to sweep the Emmys, and they knew that they weren't going to be able to fucking compete with it.
Yeah. I mean, I could see that happening because I think this will be definitely a like it'll win awards, and it'll be in that comedy because it is part comedy,
It is.
but the 30-minute the Bears as a comedy because it's like, the length of their episode. So
Yeah, yeah.
um yeah, I think, I haven't seen the Bear final season, but they got a lot of awards before, so usually, you know, that'll mean they'll get less. And
Yes.
Willis Bay, they're Matthew Reese is obviously going to win. I think something. Uh, Kato Flynn will win something, and Carol Mariah will probably win something. And I mean,
I think Kate
yeah,
Callum Ruth will probably win like guest or like side
yeah,
character like Emmy like her that whole last episode. I read like it took them like a week to film it and they just kept tweaking with it and tweaking with it until they got it right. and it's just incredible. I think they're gonna sweep the Emmys, dude. Yeah,
Yeah, I think I mean it's gonna be pretty high up there for me in the first half of the year shows when we do our
definitely.
ranking.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, people need to tune in for that. That's going to be our next episode. We're going to do the best of the first half of 2026. You've got like 17, 18 shows. I'm right there. I got like 19. So we're going to have a good list this year, despite all of the distractions. So, yeah, anything else on Widow's Bay?
no, no, nothing else. Great
Perfect.
show.
Yeah, great
Fun to talk
show.
about.
Yeah. Tune in next week. We'll drop that episode on the first half of the year, and check out the podcast, check out the YouTube. We do record. You can't see our mugs if you do make it this far. And tune in next week. And as Chuck likes to say,
Peace.
he made a pass.